welcome you to the Raleigh County Convention Center in Beckley. Tonight, Video Productions presents exciting boys high school basketball. It's a battle in this region in Class 4A. 7-3, the Black Eagles of South Charleston take on the 9-1 Flying Eagles of Beckley. Hello again, everybody. I'm Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas. We have the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing. Camera ball is on camera. And Eric, we think we're going to be in for a great game. Beckley playing its best of basketball. They're 9-1. They've won 7 in a row. And since we've flipped the calendar from 24 to 25, they're unbeaten this calendar year. And South Charleston coming off a huge loss, losing to George Washington 66-40 on Tuesday night. And this is such a huge game for both teams.
Yeah, and, you know, South Charleston coming off that loss on the hill at GW. This is really a big game for both teams, though, as you and I had a chance to talk about it. This is for seeding right here. I think the winner of this, it will have a, you know, not an easy way, but a better path to the state tournament if you are able to host that side of the region.
Well, the way that it's set up now, there are no more sections for people that are not aware of that. It's a regional play, and George Washington right now, another fabulous team that Coach Rick Green has, they're undefeated. And like I said, they beat South Charleston Tuesday night 66-40. But even though with that loss, South Charleston still has won 5 of their last 7. But where I'm going with this, though, Eric, is you think that George Washington undefeated, barring any major collapse, and you wouldn't think that would happen. I know anything's possible, but you wouldn't think that would happen. George Washington, since they've already beat South Charleston and they don't play Beckley, more than likely will be the number 1 seed. So 2 and 3 is going to be decided maybe in this game tonight, and that's big because whoever the 2 is, they'll get a bye, and if they should play the 3, they'll get the home court. So this is such a big, big game.
Yeah, this is a big, big game, and you know, I mean, it's the end of January, but this is where we said that all games matter, but in basketball, these games really start to matter as you flip the calendar to February. You want to get off to a good start, and the way both of these teams are playing, as you said, South Charleston has won 5 out of their last 7, and Beckley's on a roll. I look for this game to come down to the wire, as most of these South Charleston-Beckley games do.
On Tuesday night, the game you and I did, Beckley against Princeton, for the first time since 2019, a Beckley basketball boys team scored 90 or more points. They put up 91 in the 91-58 win over Princeton. And, you know, as impressive as that was on the offensive end, I've really been more impressed, and I said this throughout the last couple of games that you and I have done with Beckley, how Beckley's played on the defensive end. Beckley is averaging 69 points a game on the offensive end, but only giving up 52, and it's really what Beckley does on the defensive end of the floor more, I think, than what they do on the offensive end of the floor.
And early on, you know, we said this. Most Beckley teams, even in the 90s when Beckley was playing its best basketball, they built those teams around defense. So they scored a lot of points, but a lot of it was predicated on turning people over, getting out and running that Beckley style of offense, defense, but turning into offense rather.
And South Charleston can D you up as well. Outside of giving up 66 the other night to George Washington, when you look at their scores, they held Capital to 50, 49, 57. In fact, they've held every opponent other than the loss to George Washington to 60 or less in all their games, even the game that they lost. So George Washington is really D'ing up. And as much as we look at both of these teams, Eric, when we look we look at South Charleston rather, they have 4 guys in double figures, as Beckley has 4 guys in double figures. But I think who can play the best defense, who can get stops, get rebounds as the teams go in this game.
And you're exactly right. But and one other caveat, I think both of these teams mirror one another. But I think size-wise, looking down the roster, the South Charleston roster, they have 2 guys 6'6" or better. So it's going to be that extra guy. We know what Jalen Walton can do on the glass, and I think an X factor is going to be Preston Clary on the defense and offensive glass tonight to give some help to Walton down low.
Yeah, both teams just made their way out onto the floor to go through the warm-ups. And, you know, another big thing that could come into play will be the bench play. Other than the other night, Beckley really hasn't got a lot of help off their bench. Now, they had a big help off their bench the other night. Rainey came off and had a career high of 17. But, you know, and I won't say that was in mop-up time, but it was in the second half when the game was semi-close, and then Beckley pulled away. But it's a different animal tonight with South Charleston.
Well, there is a different animal, but I think you agree with me on this point. He did get most of his stuff late in the third or in the fourth quarter, but there was something that happened early in that game that really gave him that confidence, and it only takes a couple minutes in crucial moments, and I think you agree with me. When he came in after A.J. Thomas picked up that second foul, They ran a set play, and Rainey hit a 3. And I think after that, I think he just felt comfortable and played his best game he's ever played at the varsity level.
And I do agree with that. And also in watching him, if you're South Charleston, if he does get in the game at any point, you got to get out on him because he can make the three-point shot. He's got a really good release on his shot.
Nice release, and confidence is everything. And he hit that first one, and he kept shooting. And I think that's how Coach Ron Kidd maybe found something in building some bench. You need to at least go, we've heard that George Washington plays 11. Most of these teams go at least 8 deep, and Beckley right now is still trying to find that 6th, 7th, and 8th guy to really solidify their lineup.
Well, it's the 30th of January, but it feels like March as both teams, the Black Eagles and the Flying Eagles, warming up as we'll get you ready for the opening tip at the bottom of the hour. It's Beckley and South Charleston, and we'll take our first break here on the Beckley Auto Mall Dutch Miller pregame show, streaming live here on Video Productions.
Folks, to the most mouth-watering showdown on television, the Hangry Games Ultimate Snack-Off, right here at your local Little General store. As the snacks fly and the deli slices, remember, dear viewers, every item they're using can be found at your nearest Little General store, where creativity meets convenience. Keep your appetites brave and your snacks ready.
Hey, Wes, why'd we settle on skydiving?
Well, it's fall, and we're falling. I thought we could do a commercial about falling prices. Get it?
I guess. Where's your chute?
I knew I forgot something. Later.
During Truck Month, get invoice pricing on all 1,500 Sierras and Yukons, or ask about discounts up to $9,000 with no payments till next year.
Hey, I can see my house.
GMC, we are professional grade.
Life doesn't wait, so neither should your care. Whether it's a cough, fever, or stomach bug, Access Plus is here for those urgent moments.
From bumps and bruises to stitches and even x-rays, we've got you covered with extended hours and walk-in care for the whole family.
You do not have to be an Access Health patient to be seen. No appointments, no hassle, just quality care when you need it.
Access Health, where care meets community.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment Champion Mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
Compliance helped me lose 50 pounds by freeing up tasks like payroll, HR, and bookkeeping. I'm now free to do what I want.
With Compliance, you can do what you want to do. Compliance, we've got your back office.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center at Dave Bardsdale Court with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry, getting you ready for the battle between Beckley, 9-1, winners of 7 in a row, playing host to South Charleston. They've won 5 of their last 7. They are 7-3. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by West Virginia Orthopedic and Trauma, Dr. John Tabbitt. Dr. John Tabbitt will get you right back on your feet in a hurry, whether you're in a car accident or you had a sports-related injury. Dr. John Tabbitt and his staff located at Woodcrest Drive in Beckley. Also, the game tonight brought to you by Modley's Plumbing and Heating. They're located in Beckley as well. You never know when you need a plumber till you need a plumber, and you can dial Modley's up at 304-253-HELP. Well, Eric, as we take a look at both of these teams' schedule, first of all, for South Charleston, they got up to a good start, and they beat Capital and Huntington Prep, and they lost to Spring Valley, and that was a tight game. They lost 57-49. Then they went on a modest 3-game winning streak there. They beat Greater Beckley, Cabell Middle, and Riverside. Then they lost once again a low-scoring game to Parkersburg South, 45-42. They beat Hurricane. They got a big win where they put up 82 and beat Parkersburg 82-50 before losing 66-40 at George Washington on Tuesday night.
Yeah, I mean that's a tough schedule that they're playing, and for them to be 7-3, look for them to try to get a big win tonight, another feather in their cap, and all these teams. This is a state tournament team from last year, so they look to get back there.
And for Beckley, they revenged their only loss. They lost back on the 28th of December in the battle for the Armory here on this floor. They lost to Shady by 3 points. They then returned the favor back on January the 16th at Shady. But in this winning streak, Eric, after that loss, Beckley has beaten Capital on the road. They beat Huntington on the road. They beat Bluefield on the road. Like I said, they beat Shady on the road. They beat Greenbrier for the second time. They beat them earlier, and they beat them here at home. And then they came off a win Friday with Oak Hill on the road, and then a big win Tuesday against Princeton. So Beckley has been very good on the road this season.
And that's one thing that shows you got to have a veteran ball club to really go on the road. And I think this group, we saw them come in as freshmen. A lot of these guys have grown, and they figured out it doesn't matter where you play. When you line up and play, man, you got to get after it, whether it's home or away.
Well, Eric, the one thing we always say, and I think this is true in all sports, we talk about this in football, but it's really true in basketball, baseball, or any sport. Defense travels, and as I mentioned on top, both of these teams play excellent defense. Beckley only giving up 52 points a game, and if you look here in South Charleston, like I said, 50, 49, 57, 48, 40, they've given up like in the 40s, so I'm just guessing here, South Charleston's probably given up probably close to the same thing, probably right there in the low 50s.
And another thing that really is really key, even in their loss last night, 2 nights ago, 66 points. Usually if you can hold a team in the 60s, the caliber of play, the teams that like South Charleston, you feel you can win the game. But on the flip side, GW was just playing some great defense at night, and some shots maybe not falling for South Charleston. But I think the key here early is the defensive tone, which style of defense really gets after it, because Beckley likes to pressure probably a little more. Hadn't had a chance to really watch South Charleston, but they're a little taller. I don't know if they'll extend that pressure as much as Beckley. So whoever can impose their will defensively early on will be key.
Eric, if you remember way back when, you and I had South Charleston in early December against Shady in a preseason game, and I was very impressed with South Charleston with their length, how athletic they are. I know it was a preseason game. I don't even remember what happened that night. I don't know who won, because I know they start over from quarters, but I do remember I was thinking South Charleston's going to be a team to reckon with in 4A.
And that's one thing that they did that night, if you can remember, with Shady, and we spoke upon it. They really controlled the glass. It was like either Shady made a great shot, but they didn't get a lot of second chance points, and I think that's going to be key tonight, because I think South Charleston with that big front court, they can really, really get after it on the glass. And
you're right. And I think what you said in our first segment, I think Preston Clary at 6'2", he's really been a really good rebounder. He had a really good game offensively, but they're going to need him off the backboard, because as you mentioned, South Charleston, they have Saunders, who is 6'7", and Kellum, who's 6'6". So South Charleston has a slight height advantage, but when you look at these teams on paper, each team, as you said earlier, they mirror one another. Beckley with 4 players in double figures, South Charleston also with 4 players in double figures.
Yeah, and I think they mirror one another. And, it was evident last year when they played last year, and South Charleston came away with the, I think you were at the game.
It was a close win.
A close win, and I think this will come down to possession basketball late in the fourth, and see who can make the most plays down the stretch.
Both teams still going through their warm-ups, and we're going to be excited to bring you all the play-by-play action. South Charleston, winners of 5 of their last 7-3, taking on Beckley 9-1. They have won 7 in a row. We'll take a break, come back, and get you ready for the opening tip coming up next here on Video Productions.
Yes! Why'd we settle on skydiving?
Well, it's fall, and we're falling. I thought we could do a commercial about falling prices. Get it?
I guess. Where's your chute?
I knew I forgot something. Later.
During Truck Month, get invoice pricing on all 1,500 Sierras and Yukons, or ask about discounts up to $9,000 with no payments till next year.
Hey, I can see my house.
GMC, we are professional grade.
Hi, I'm Leanna Burnett with Window World of Beckley. Are you dealing with those cold winter drafts through your windows? Is it causing your energy bills to rise? If you answered yes, Window World can help. Instead of dealing with those old drafty windows another year, call Window World of Beckley today. Yes, we work all year. Our windows are Energy Star efficient and designed to resist extreme weather. Make the smart investment with our no interest for 15 months. Call Window World of Beckley today.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment champion mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
Unlock the money already in your home at City National Bank. Consolidate loans or fund your next big project with a home equity line of credit with a great low intro rate. Visit your local branch to get started. City National Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Learn more at homeequity.bankatcity.com.
It's fourth down, seconds on the clock. He hands it off, finds a hole in the middle. Clear, nothing but incredible. A touchdown for the win. I can't believe it.
Pizza, better with Pepsi.
Compliance helped me lose 50 pounds by freeing up tasks like payroll, HR, and bookkeeping. I'm now free to do what I want.
With compliance, you can do what you want to do. Compliance, we've got your back office.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Allstate Insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate, and you're in good hands with Lori Richmond, your agent. Lori is my agent. She takes care of me. She'll take care of you. Located at Market Road in Beckley, 304-252-8646. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Cracker Barrel. Love me some Cracker Barrel, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Cracker Barrel, the Old Country Store locations in Beckley and Princeton. And Eric, during the commercial break, we got a text that we've got viewers all the way to Detroit, Michigan tonight.
Yes,
and we
do.
appreciate everybody, watching this game tonight because, Eric, I believe that anybody that follows high school basketball is going to have a interest in this game to see who comes out on top. Beckley playing perhaps their best basketball of the season. This will get them to the halfway point. Played 22. This is game 11. So they're 9-1, winners of 7 in a row. They haven't lost since we flipped the script from 24 to 25. South Charleston, how will they respond off of that big loss they took the other night to George Washington?
And the thing with South Charleston, they had a chance. Glad it was a day in between. Had a chance to get back in the gym and work on some things. Probably had a good walkthrough, and they know what they need to do. Probably didn't play their best, and they're ready to get after it. Nothing like coming off of a loss, playing another big opponent. When these two teams get together, it's going to be a barn burner usually.
And that's what it is. After tonight, South Charleston's next two games, they go on the road next Tuesday against Capital, and then they're home on a Friday against St. Albans. For Beckley, this game is sandwiched in between. They got to go to Martinsburg and play Martinsburg on Saturday, and Martinsburg, I saw where they only put up 30-some points in the loss to Jefferson. The biggest thing about that is the long trip. But next Tuesday will be the rubber match here in this building when they play Shady. And, that's a part of a triple header, which Video Productions will have. We'll have two college games. We'll have the women's WVU Tech game early, then the men's, and then the main event will be Beckley and Shady. And by the way, I saw earlier today that students of both high schools will get in that game free. So we should have a big crowd here in the building and obviously a big crowd watching on Video Productions, and that'll be a huge game for both Beckley and Shady.
Yeah, but as you stated, a lot of work to do, and this was a big 7-day span for this Beckley team, but it's one game at a time. They already put that game from Tuesday in the rear view, and this is the task at hand is this big South Charleston team whom beat you last year. So anytime you got a chance to get back, and everybody says, well, that happened last year, but coaches remember the last time they played one another, and they want to get after it.
Well, you go back and you look at the history of this series, and I can only recall Beckley winning 2 times down in South Charleston. And, of course, I did Beckley radio for 31 years, and I remember the battles when Coach Dave Bardsdale was Beckley's coach and Coach Dawson was the coach at South Charleston. They had battles. They had battles here, battles there. But Beckley had, as you know, had a lot of great teams in the 90s that did not win down at South Charleston.
Since I've been working with you, the 2 games that I've done, they lost. And you're going to remember this. They had a chance to win, and, hey, I'm saying the kid's name because he's real good friends of ours. Cam Shannon. You're talking about a 90-some%.
92% foul shooter, and he missed 2 of them.
He missed 2.
Yes.
They would have won the game, and he misses 2. I mean, that's why you don't want to go play in the bubble. Just the mystique, the magic of the bubble for them won that game, and I remember him just crumbling to the floor.
And if my memory serves me correct, Beckley was down 1 with like 1.8 seconds left in the game, and nobody that you'd want to the line other than Cam Shannon, because you mentioned what a great guy, and like I said, we've known him since his elementary days, and he was at the line. He's a 92% free throw shooter, and he missed both of them. They both were rimmed out in South Charleston. Beckley had a foul right there, and then South Charleston made 2 free throws and won the game by 3. Yes, but I can remember way back in the day, like I said, Beckley with the 92 state championship team, the 93 team, we had those great teams.
The 97 team with Tamar Slade lost down there.
Even with talking about 92, 93, with Carlos Serto, Fleener, Neighbors, Brian and Gene at various points that went down there and could not beat South Charleston.
You talk about state player of the year teams.
Yes.
Tamar Slade had Derek Jones. They went down and lost. It's just that just shows the history and the rivalry of this, and that's what surprises me when doing my research on this. It just really surprises me that South Charleston only has 1 state championship to their credit in their school history in basketball.
Yeah, because they're in such a tough region. And that's one thing Coach Josh Daniels and I talked about. When you look at how good George Washington has been, and they've been really great, especially under the Rick Green era, and you got Beckley and you got South Charleston. Out of these 3 teams, only 2 of them can make the state tournament, and it's really tough. And there are other regions, and I know you just can't help it, and I know there may be a better way, and there's got to be somebody a lot smarter than me to figure it out. But I know you always strive to have the best 8 teams in Charleston, but when you got 3 of them here in one region, you're never going to get maybe the best 8. You're going to get 2 of the best 8, but you may not get 3 of the best 8.
That's true, but that's been that thing is that argument is as old as time, because you Stonewall Jackson and Charleston High used to have to battle, to get there. It's one of those things, and it's just sometimes you take care of business, and even with the South Charleston team, you're right. It just seems like they've been snake bitten. Even sometimes when they've got through that gauntlet, I think they've had the superior team, and I think they have a letdown. I remember one time they lost to Winfield. I mean, they had Perrier Henry.
Yeah,
remember they went
to play college ball.
Went on probably the all-time steals leader at Charlotte, wherever he went. But it's just one of those things that happens in sports.
And remember, they got beat a runner-up. They had the kid that ended up going to the Patriots. His name kind of leaves me right now. But
Dodson.
Aaron Dobson that played football for the Patriots. Yes, so they've had a lot of great players, but we're looking for a great night tonight between the Flying Eagles and the Black Eagles. We'll take our final pregame break, get you ready here at the bottom of the hour. It's South Charleston 7-3, winners of 5 of their last 7. Beckley winners of 7 in a row, 9-1. The Black Eagles and the Flying Eagles coming up next here on Video Productions.
Yes, why'd we settle on skydiving?
Well, it's fall, and we're falling. I thought we could do a commercial about falling prices. Get it?
I guess. Where's your chute?
I knew I forgot something. Later.
During Truck Month, get invoice pricing on all 1,500 Sierras and Yukons, or ask about discounts up to $9,000 with no payments till next year.
Hey, I can see my house.
GMC, we are professional grade.
The path to a rewarding, well-paying career is close to home. Discover what WVU Tech graduates already know. We're a small campus with big opportunities. With hands-on experience in high-demand programs like hospitality, forensic investigations, cybersecurity, engineering, and nursing, you'll be prepared to enter the workforce, solving West Virginia's most important problems. We know that you can change the world, and it starts here at home.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our new Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment champion mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that. Done.
It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
Don't drop the ball. Come see your hometown legends at the all. Greenbrier Ford and Beckley. We won't be beat.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com.
I'll do this. And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center, Dave Bardsdale Court with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. The heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing, and Cameron Ball on camera. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Exit Elevation Realty. Luke Richmond, the broker. You can dial him up at 304-256-0101. You can check him out at wvexitelevation.com. Also, the game tonight brought to you by Infinity Coal Company. They offer no premium, no deductible health insurance with dental and vision coverage. They also offer a company-paid life insurance, prescription drug coverage, and a company matching 401k plan. You can apply for a job with Infinity by going online to the Facebook page at United Coal Company. Also, the game brought to you in part by Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley. They're having Sweetheart Futuristic Bowling for Valentine's Day on Saturday, February the 8th. Just $17 a person, $32 a couple. To reserve your lane and more information, you can call them at 304-253-7328. Well, the Black Eagles from South Charleston, coached by Josh Daniels, they are 7-3. They have won 5 of their last 7, and for their starting 5, here is Eric.
Okay, Maris, South Charleston will go like this. They will go with Roman Kellum, the 6'6" senior, and Zane Saunders, the 6'7" senior, down on the front court. And they will go with Elijah Martin, a 6'3" junior, and Shad Williams and Malcolm Brown, both 6' juniors.
Yeah, and 4 of those 5 guys averaging double figures. Their leading scorer is Martin with 13. Then you have Kellum with 12, Williams and Brown with 10 each. And then you have the young man Martin with 7. For Beckley, they'll go this way, same way we went the other night. Their leading scorer, Jalen Walton, actually he's down a couple of points. He was right at 19, almost to get to 20, but he's down to 17 now. And we talked about him at the free throw line. He's only shooting 57%, and I say only, but at one point he was only shooting like 50%. So he's actually headed in the right direction at 57% from the line. Zion Hawthorne at 16 a game. Then you have Preston Clary, who I agree with you, Eric, could be the X factor of this game tonight at 13 a game. Kobe Dillon, who broke the career three-point shooting as he broke Chris Daniels' record from the 1990 state championship team. Well, that record held for 35 years.
35 years,
and
man.
Kobe Dillon able to break that the other night. He comes in at 13 a game, and then rounding out the starting 5, someone you know really well, got the same last name as you, because he's related to you, A.J. Thomas at 4 a game. And, of course, I think you would agree, Eric, whatever points Beckley gets from A.J. Thomas is a plus. They really look for him to play really good defense.
Yeah, he plays defense, and surprisingly probably their third-best rebounder, from the guard position.
Yeah, at 5'8", he's not very big, but he can sky. He's got hops, and we've seen that.
Yeah, he can get after it. But the thing he has to do, and it's critical in this game, is stay out of foul trouble.
Yeah, and I think one of the big keys to this game, and we talked about it earlier, I think getting those half-court stops, but once you get the limiting teams to one shot, who can control the backboard, and I think both teams want to run when they can, but I think both teams, I think if you're Beckley, you'd rather have this game in the 70s, but Beckley has shown they can win hard-fought games if the game is in the mid to high 50s.
Yeah, and that's what's different about this Beckley team. It used to be, if you got zoned them a lot and made them really run set offense, they've really been able to run a lot of sets and run them, really good, because if you think about it, Princeton came out and was primarily zone, had a lot of length, and Beckley was able to really get them off their game and get some easy buckets early in that contest. So I don't know. I doubt you see much zone from this South Charleston team. So whoever runs their offense, early on, brisk and the best will, maybe come out, on top in this game.
And, another thing, too, I think even though South Charleston may have a height advantage, one thing, Jalen Walton, as we mentioned, at 17 a game, and he's shooting right at 63% from the field, and most of those, of course, he doesn't really take any threes. He doesn't need to. The way he plays, he's 6'4", he plays like he's 6'8". He's really been a matchup nightmare for almost, in fact, not almost, but for every team Beckley's played up to this point.
Yeah, and you have to have an answer for him, but it's easy when you have 6'6" and 6'7" to front, and you can front him and make an entry pass a lot harder. So look for early on. Some other guys are going to have to really make some shots and take away that double.
All right, we're going to have the playing of the national anthem. We're going to take a quick break, come back, and get you ready for 7-3 South Charleston against 9-1 Beckley coming up right around the corner here on Video Productions.
Take a ride to the north side and get your big John deal at Mid-State Ford in Summersville. And here's the top 5 reasons to shop Mid-State Ford. You'll find the largest inventory, award-winning service, financing made easy for everyone, highest trade-in value. And the number 1 reason to shop Mid-State Ford is where you'll find your big John deal. Mid-State Ford in Summersville, MidStateFordWV.com.
The most mouth-watering showdown on television, the Hangry Games Ultimate Snack-Off, right here at your local Little General store. Keep your appetites brave and your snacks ready.
Life doesn't wait, so neither should your care. Whether it's a cough, fever, or stomach bug, Access Plus is here for those urgent moments.
From bumps and bruises to stitches and even x-rays, we've got you covered with extended hours and walk-in care for the whole family.
You do not have to be an Access Health patient to be seen. No appointments, no hassle, just quality care when you need it.
Access Health, where care meets community.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
Seconds on the clock. He hands it off. Finds a hole in the middle. Clear. Nothing but moves. Incredible. A touchdown for the win. I can't believe it.
Pizza. Better with Pepsi.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And we welcome you back to Beckley with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. The heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing. Cameron Ball on camera. And we're moments away from getting the ball game started. 7-3 South Charleston under head coach Josh Daniel against 9-1 Beckley head coach Ron Kidd. Once again for South Charleston, it'll be Williams, Brown, Saunders, Martin, and Kellum. For Beckley, it'll be Walton, Clary, Dillon, Hawthorne, and Thomas. In the center circle, it will be Roman Kellum, the 6'6 senior. He will jump for South Charleston. And Beckley, as Eric, as always, if you and I have done a number of Beckley games, they're always late to the party, at least to the opening party, getting their final instructions from Coach Kidd, and I'm sure it'll be Jalen Walton will be in the center circle for Beckley when they break their huddle.
When they decide to come out,
yes.
Coach Kidd, that's one thing he's always done. He wants to get those final instructions in, use every second he can until the ref says, hey, time to come out.
You would agree, if you're not ready by now, you're never going to be ready, right? I mean, everything they've done through in practice or shoot around this afternoon, if you're not ready to play, you're not ready to ball now, it ain't going to happen, right?
That's right. Hey,
all right.
It's time for the ball to go up in the air. It's
so,
showtime, right?
Yep. Walton at 6'4" and Kellum at 6'6". They're in the center circle. South Charleston, of course, wearing the black, trimmed in orange and white. Beckley in the white and maroon. Ball in the air, and we're underway, and it will be South Charleston that will control the opening tip and have the first opportunity to score. So immediately Beckley going man-to-man, Eric.
And right now, see, they're switching everything.
3 ball straight away doesn't go, but there's Kellum with an offensive rebound in the putback, and he'll draw the foul. We talked about this in the pregame, controlling the backboard. That was a good look that time by Brown. He missed the shot, but there's Kellum able to clean it up and draw the foul and get to the line.
And just like that, A.J. Thomas with his first personal foul and the team's first. You forced, a difficult 3, not able to get the rebound, and that's going to be crucial in this game.
First free throw is good, and South Charleston has the first point of the ball game. And, Eric, we talk about all the time, look over the last several years, it seems like we see more left-handed shooters than ever before as Kellum makes them both.
And that's what you like to see out of your bigs, knocking down free throws, the charity stripe.
So South Charleston also will play man-to-man. Beckley's first opportunity on the offensive end. Here's Hawthorne on the drive, a little tough floater, and it goes. That was a little difficult floater into the lane by Hawthorne. Beckley will put on the full court pressure. And they force a turnover as South Charleston throws it away.
And that's when I thought that could be the difference. As like we said with the rebounding, Beckley's going to try to put pressure these South Charleston guards, and you don't like that. Just an unforced error right there.
Yeah, Brown throws it away. So Beckley off the turnover. Kobe Dillon, like we talked about the other night, he broke Chris Daniels' record that goes back to 1990 for a number of career three-pointers. Into the lane, a tough shot that time by Clary, and it's an air ball, and South Charleston comes out of there with it.
And Clary did a good job with the ball fake, but I think he's got to get into the defender once you get him in the air.
They double-team Kellen. He misses the short shot down low. As we talked about, offensive rebound in the putback by Saunders with that big 6'7" body. Here's A.J. Thomas, good head and shoulder fake, no foul. There's a lot of contact, no whistle, and Kellum will clear the rebound for the Black Eagles of South Charleston.
Yeah, and the length of that defense really forced a quick shot by A.J. Thomas.
3 ball is good. The 3 ball right down the chute by Malcolm Brown.
And Malcolm Brown coming off, he had the game high against George Washington with 8, so he's already halfway to his total.
There's Hawthorne, a little pull up on the baseline. He left it short, and nothing but black jerseys around as Saunders able to clear the rebound. Zane Saunders, the big fella, will bring it up. He's going to attack the basket, and they'll get him for a turnover.
And that'll be 2 turnovers.
He thought he was fouled, but they said, nope. If you do that, you got to call AAA when you travel.
Yeah.
So back the other way, here's Beckley with it.
And right now, early on in this contest, in the first 3 minutes, the South Charleston defense has really, as they get called for a foul there, that was pretty close.
Yeah, I thought Williams had a steal off to the races, but they'll whistle him for his first personal foul.
Yeah, I think that was, you got to play through right there, and then that was a tough call. But as I was getting to my point I was making, they're really forcing this offense to start way further out than it normally does.
They're all over Kobe Dillon. They want to make sure they run him off the three-point line.
Yeah, but, that's one thing that Kobe has let the game, Dillon has let the game really come to him. They've really primarily used him as the point guard, and that's really limited his three-point takes.
South Charleston right now, as you mentioned, they're playing good man-to-man defense. Here's Clary for 3, back iron, no good. And the rebound is to South Charleston. Good hustle that time by Brown. It's Malcolm Brown, and it looked like a lot of white shirts there, and Brown able to get the rebound for the Black Eagles. Williams on the drive, and he double dribbled. Yes.
They caught that one. I didn't know, and that was good switching right there by Beckley and forced a turnover, and that's the third turnover for South Charleston with this 7-2 lead early on. But this, if you think about Tuesday, Beckley had 4 quarters of 20 or more points.
Yeah, a little bit different situation through the first 3 minutes and some change here in this first quarter.
Yeah, and it seems like they're a little more tentative right now. You just got to flow as they turn it over.
Good defense. Yep. South Charleston, you're right. South Charleston's defense, the double team there, Eric, forcing the turnover. The big fella in the corner drives. They double team him. Here's a 3 straight away. It's good. And that's Martin, and Beckley wants a timeout. As right now, it's an 8-0 run for South Charleston, and they take an 8-point lead with 4.5 to go in the first quarter, and it'll be a full timeout. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
I'm Leanna Burnett with Window World of Beckley. Are you dealing with those cold winter drafts through your windows? Is it causing your energy bills to rise? If you answered yes, Window World can help. Instead of dealing with those old drafty windows another year, call Window World of Beckley today. Yes, we work all year. Our windows are Energy Star efficient and designed to resist extreme weather. Make the smart investment with our no interest for 15 months. Call Window World of Beckley today.
Don't drop the ball. Come see your hometown legends at the all-new Greenbrier Ford in Beckley. We won't be beat.
So out of the timeout, Beckley will have it. It's an 8-point South Charleston lead because they're on an 8-0 run, Eric, that took a 2-2 tie to a 10-2 lead.
Yeah, 2 threes they've knocked down early on, and 2 of 2 from the free throw line. So they've done everything you want to on the road after coming off that big loss to George Washington.
Here's Hawthorne to pull up and rattles it in, a much-needed bucket for Beckley out of the timeout. Another thing it does, Eric, it allows Beckley to set up their press off of a made basket.
Yeah, and Beckley gets into that full court pressure and really trying to speed the game up, but South Charleston's real comfortable playing that.
And there's a quick shot that doesn't go for South Charleston, and back the other way is Beckley with it. Clary. Kobe Dillon lost it, and it's a turnover. Here's South Charleston. Little floater into the lane. The roll doesn't go, tipped around, and A.J. Thomas comes out of there with it.
Got numbers here.
Hawthorne stops for 3, and it's no good. Long rebound. South Charleston comes out of there with it.
Yeah, and on that shot right there, I mean, I like the look, but Kobe Dillon on the opposite side was wide open in transition.
Here's Williams with it. McKellum way out high. That's one thing, South Charleston's bigs, they do play up high.
Oh, yeah, they're versatile. They're just not back to the bucket. I mean, they face up. Good-looking ball players.
And there's a turnover. Clary on a steal, coast to coast, lays it up and in. So since the Beckley timeout, they've been able to put together back-to-back baskets. And like I said, what it does, it allows Beckley to set up the full court pressure.
Yeah, and right here is where this is where the game can be, turned upside down if Beckley is able to turn them over and get some easy field goals. But South Charleston, they're going to do a good job and handle the pressure. It's all about transition and getting back once you do, if you're Beckley, once they break the initial pressure.
Kellum into the lane. That's normally his shot, but he doesn't get it to go there. And here's Beckley on the attack. But South Charleston, you can definitely live with that shot for Kellum. Hawthorne for 3. Good! Right down the chute for Hawthorne. And after an 8-0 run by South Charleston, Beckley now on a 7-0 run to cut the lead to 1.
And Zai Hawthorne is really looking for a shot tonight. He knows, I guess, the magnitude of this game, how big it is. After only scoring 8 points in Tuesday night's contest, he has 7 to lead Beckley here tonight.
And, Eric, I think this pressure is forcing South Charleston to shoot the ball a little quicker. They're not setting it up, and they force a quick shot by Kellum. And now Beckley has a chance to get the lead. Clary thought about the 3, attacks the basket down the lane, puts the shot up, it won't go, and Kellum skies high.
But I still like that attack right there.
Yeah.
Be aggressive. Don't settle for that jumper. And good attack, just not finishing, but good defense by South Charleston.
So here's Brown with it. The ball almost got away from him. Saunders has it now. Here's a three. Back iron, no good. That three was put up by Williams. And here's Beckley with another opportunity to grab the lead. Clary for three, straight away, in and out, no good. Battle for the rebound, and it's South Charleston with it as Kellum had it, and the ball was knocked out of his hands. But South Charleston will keep
ball
the possession.
was in and out, but you know who's been missing this first quarter? Jalen Walton, and I don't care. You have to find a way to start getting him involved in this offense.
In fact, until you just said his name, we hadn't mentioned him, and coming up on the final minute of the first quarter.
You know, he's going to stay engaged. But
mismatch inside. They go to Kellum. He goes up strong, and a lot of contact, no whistle. South Charleston thought there was a foul. You got to play through that, as he had two smaller guys on him, and Kellum not able to finish. Kobe Dillon, open three. Far side, shoots for the lead. He got it. And the clock is continuing to run. They've called a timeout. They got to put about 6 more seconds on the clock.
If we can see here on the replay on the make,
you can see up there 47 seconds, 46, and it's down to 39.
Yeah, it was 45.1.
So it's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here and tell you that tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by West Virginia Orthopedic and Trauma, Dr. John Tabbitt. Whether you're in a car accident or you have a sports-related injury, Dr. Tabbitt and his staff will get you right back on your feet, located on Woodcrest Drive in Beckley. Also, the game tonight brought to you by Modley's Plumbing and Heating. You never know when you need a plumber until you need a plumber, and Modley's is the one to call at 304-253-HELP. Well, after Beckley, Eric, had after South Charleston had an 8-0 run to take a 10-2 lead, Beckley is going on a 10-0 run and takes their first lead of the game, leading 12-10, a game of runs.
And game of runs, but you know what was pivotal right there was a good coaching decision and great timeout by South Charleston on the flip side, but Coach Kidd didn't hold that timeout, called the guys over, regrouped, and went on a run, and now Beckley will extend this pressure. As you were right, Maris, they put 45.6 seconds. We thought 45.1, but way to get it right on the scoreboard.
But, you know, Eric, another thing, and as you mentioned, Coach Kidd didn't wait. Same way with Coach Daniel. He did not wait for the end of the quarter. He thought he needed the timeout now.
Yeah, that's smart. This is a big possession here.
Yeah, because I think you got to call the timeouts whenever you think you really need them. Here's Brown with it. Final 30 seconds of the opening quarter. After South Charleston went on an 8-0 run, Beckley's on a 10-0 run to get their first lead of the game. New player into the ball game, which is Porter. He just checked in. Here's a three ball on its way. Good, and South Charleston's back in front as that was Martin that dials it up from downtown.
And that's his second three of the first quarter. 5 seconds to go. You got to shoot.
Last shot time. Does Beckley know it? A deep three for Hawthorne, in and out, no good. And after a very entertaining, exciting first quarter, it's South Charleston 13, Beckley 12. Take a break, head to the second quarter. Coming up next here on Video Productions.
I'm Leanna Burnett with Window World of Beckley. Are you dealing with those cold winter drafts through your windows? Is it causing your energy bills to rise? If you answered yes, Window World can help. Instead of dealing with those old drafty windows another year, call Window World of Beckley today. Yes, we work all year. Our windows are Energy Star efficient and designed to resist extreme weather. Make the smart investment with our no interest for 15 months. Call Window World of Beckley today.
Don't drop the ball. Come see your hometown legends at the all-new Greenbrier Ford in Beckley. We won't be beat.
Got a lot of action in that first quarter, Eric, as South Charleston led most of the way, and then Beckley come roaring back, and South Charleston has a 1-point lead. In fact, South Charleston went on a 8-0 run, and then Beckley answered that with a 10-0 run, and then South Charleston hit a three right there in the final minutes, or final seconds rather, of the end of the first quarter, and South Charleston will take a 1-point lead. As we start the second quarter, Beckley will have the first possession.
Okay, you know what I got out of both teams played pretty even right there, but let's get, the coaches. A lot of people complain about the coaches usually, but both coaches used their timeouts really well in that quarter to stop runs. And South Charleston, after Beckley went on that 10-0 run, took that timeout and was able to get a 3 out of it to end the quarter and have the lead.
Yeah, Eric, there's two things on every level, every sport when teams lose. They want to blame the coaches, they want to blame the officials, and really if they look back at their teams, maybe they could have done something else other than blame the coach or the officials of maybe of why they didn't win the game.
I'm a firm believer. Stop complaining and win the game.
Yeah, just go play. Make plays, right? Here's Kobe Dillon on the drive. May have got away with a walk.
He did.
And there's a 3-ball by Hawthorne as he drains it from the near corner.
I'm with you. Kobe got away with steps right there. Dillon did, and if they don't call it, it's not a travel.
That's right. Beckley extends the press, forces South Charleston to go a little quicker than maybe what they would want to. And there's a Beckley foul on Hawthorne.
Yeah, a little too aggressive on Hawthorne to run and jump. As we look here, as Kobe gets the assist and Hawthorne knocking it down. Hawthorne really feeling it. He's in double figures with 10 tonight.
And they're going to need his scoring as that's the first team foul on Beckley here in the second quarter, and the first foul on Hawthorne. Side out for South Charleston.
Hey, neither team can complain. There's 3 fouls been called total the whole.
So here's Porter with it. Now over to Brown. South Charleston can tie it, or they can regain the lead with the 3.
And here's one thing, I don't think South Charleston's really exposing yet. On the switch, you have A.J. Thomas, 5'8", guarding 6'7".
And I think as long as the big fella steps out there, but he steps behind the line, the big fella you're talking about, Saunders, and he hits the 3 ball, and South Charleston regains the lead. Here's Clary on the drive. They cut him off. A.J. Thomas, 16-footer, maybe partially blocked because that ball came up way short.
Yeah, I think it was blocked. Got the hand up, but got to attack. Looked like he got a piece of the ball because there's no way he shot that
yeah,
flat.
that came up way short. It was a 16-footer that he shot about 13 feet. Trying to get the ball down low. Saunders with it, looks for Kellum. Good Beckley defense. Brown thought about the 3, puts it on the deck. I think that's a good no call. The shot's no good. Kellum with the offensive rebound, fall away, and it got him for an offensive foul.
Wow.
That kind of surprised me a little bit there.
I thought it was a travel. That was
But I think it was a good no call on Dillon. And then right there they call an offensive foul on Kellum as A.J. Thomas will check out. And checking into the Beckley lineup will be Taylor Williams.
Taylor Williams getting off the bench here in the second. First substitution for Beckley, right?
That is correct.
And only 1 substitution for South Charleston as well.
That's right. Porter checked in earlier. He's in there now. Hawthorne's had the hot hand. He's got 10 of Beckley's 15. And as you stated, Eric Walton with the ball now, he's been like missing in action. And they'll have a travel on Kobe Dillon. So South Charleston will have Brown to come out of the ball game, and back into the game will be Williams.
It's only 3 points each for each team. Hit a big 3 in the quarter, and, it's just one of these defensive battles. It's just, right now, ugly basketball.
Well, Eric, it wouldn't surprise me if 50 points wins this game because, like I said, it's all about, we talked about in the pregame, half-court offense, getting stops. There's a double team. Good play by Kobe Dillon as he comes around on the double team to get the steal. Both teams, great athletes. They play really good team defense, play good individual and team defense.
South Charleston really gets up in you defensively. They're really challenging Beckley's dribblers.
Walton spins in. They double team him. They want to get the ball out of his hands. Hawthorne on a drive. Finds Clary open for 3. He can't hit. Offensive rebound by Walton. He goes up and he'll draw the foul and get to the line.
Yeah, he'll get to the line. I think that'll be a reach in on Porter.
But Eric, if you're South Charleston, and they may or may not know this, but Walton's only a 57. If we watch the replay, it is a foul on Porter. But even though Walton has moved up percentage-wise, he's still only a 57% foul shooter.
Yeah, you'd rather, him step to the line and try to make it as he misses the first and make him earn it. So that's just a great foul right there by Porter, great recognition.
Yeah, because I said Walton moved up in percentage. He was at 50% up to 57% from the line.
This is a rock fight, Mariners, right here.
Yeah, and second free throw is good. So 1 of 2 is made. and we're all even. But it's who's going. Like I said, you got to be strong with the ball when you drive. You get the ball in the low post. You got to be very aggressive. And both teams, like I said, play really good half-court defense. Very athletic. South Charleston trying to find somebody free. Here's a three, and that three's good. That's a good shot that time by Williams, and South Charleston regains the lead.
Yeah, 2 threes for South Charleston in the quarter and 5 for the game.
They double-team Walton. I think if you're South Charleston, you're going to make sure Walton's not going to beat you, right?
Well, you can see that.
Yes.
And right now it's working.
So far it is, you're right, as we're at the halfway point of quarter number 2.
And if you're
Hawthorne, a deep three, tough shot, and he made it. Eric, I think that's the kind of shot you're like, no, great shot, right? Because that looked like a really tough shot.
Yeah, that's a very good defense. Just better offense right there. But I think if you're South Charleston, you'll live with that step-back three all night long.
Good ball movement by South Charleston. Brown thought about the deep three. He'll back it back out. Saunders on the drive. They cut him off. Tough fall away. It's an air ball. Offensive rebound won't go. And once again, it is Brown with the offensive putback, and there's a timeout on the floor. South Charleston has regained the lead, a 30-second timeout, 3:16 remaining here in the opening half.
As we see this replay on the step back, I mean, that's, 25 feet?
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Allstate Insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate, and you're in good hands with Lori Richmond as your agent, as you can dial her up at 304-252-8646. Also the game tonight brought to you in part by Cracker Barrel. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Cracker Barrel, the old country store, love me some Cracker Barrel. But right now, Eric, with 3:16 left in the half, South Charleston up to 21-19. This is really what I expect the game to be.
Yeah, exactly right. And right now, South Charleston is doing the perfect formula to win this game, stifling defense on one end and getting second chance shots. Right now, they're up. They have 4 second chance points, and they're up 2 right now.
And you remember that's what I said back in the pregame of controlling the backboard, who can play the best half-court offense or defense, but you got when you get stops, who can control the backboard, and South Charleston to this point have had the advantage.
And Beckley's offense has been pushed way out. No inside presence right now for Walton. Hats off to him because he's still engaged, playing tough defense. But in order to win this game, if you got a 17-point a night scorer, he's going to have to get some touches here.
So here's Beckley with a chance to tie or regain the lead if they hit a three. Coming up on the 3-minute mark of the half. Clary on the drive. Turn around into the lane. He knocks it down. Nice play by Preston Clary to tie the game.
And that's a good take by Preston. You know, you don't have to force it to Walton, but you have to start attacking and trying to draw his defender away from the basket.
3 ball by Saunders doesn't go, but an offensive rebound by Porter. Porter finds Saunders in the near corner. He steps inside the 3-point line. It won't go. Battle for the loose ball, and it's South Charleston again.
And that was actually 2 Beckley rebounders giving them the 3rd chance.
And now going to get a 4th chance. And could be a foul on Kobe Dillon. He's lucky he didn't get called for a foul there.
Well, he actually may have fouled twice.
That's what I'm saying. He's lucky. You foul twice, you figure they're going to catch one of them, right? With South Charleston, this is their 4th possession on this trip. 3 ball on its way. It doesn't go. And the rebound is to Walton. South Charleston had 4 cracks at it, Eric, and they couldn't get it to go down.
And right here, I think you need to find
Hawthorne for 3. That's a deep 3. It won't go. The putback is good.
By Williams.
Taylor Williams on the offensive glass, and Beckley has regained the lead.
And anything you get from Taylor Williams
is a plus.
Is a big plus. And first, probably second chance points of the night for Beckley.
Saunders steps out behind the 3-point line. Trying to take Walton off the dribble. Here's a nice drive to the basket. Brown lays it up and in. Good hard take to tie the game.
And Brown has been so aggressive.
Yes, and that's
Great
what
take,
you need.
Back-to-back buckets, and Brown has 7.
And we got a turnover. Beckley turns it over.
Dribbled it right off of his foot. That was the defensive pressure on Taylor Williams. And you know what was good about that for South Charleston? Roman Kellum set out for the better of the last 3 minutes, and they bought some time with him, and now they're going with this big offensive.
Well, Kellum's in the game now as he checks in right there. Here's South Charleston with possession, trying to regain the lead. Coming up here on the final minute of the half, which has been a slugfest. They get the ball down low. It's knocked out of bounds with even 1 minute left. And Rainey, who had a big night on Tuesday, he had they're going to say it's a turnover, and the ball goes to Beckley.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to stay with South Charleston.
Let's see. I don't know if we have the replay, but both guys were fighting for it. I don't know. Maybe South Charleston was the last to touch it.
Apparently so. Each team exchanges turnovers, and Beckley with the chance to regain the lead here in the final minute of the half.
Well, I'll tell you what won't happen.
Rainey for three. It's short. Battle for the rebound. Kellum comes out of there with it.
Well, just like that, I told you what won't happen is Beckley hold it for one.
Yeah, and I'm sure if you're Coach Kidd, you don't mind it because Rainey had an open look, but there's a steal down low. Walton takes it away. Rainey traveled. Yep, he sure did.
Walked.
Yep. And that's, Rainey's in there for shooting, and he's a good player, don't get me wrong, but maybe not as polished because he hasn't played as much.
Yeah.
And now he'll come out of the game and Kobe
right
Dillon
there,
back
some nerves
in.
might have got him right there because, you got to get it out. Walton did the right thing, getting it up the court, and you just can't turn it over in that spot.
So let's see if South Charleston on the road, the final 30 seconds of the half, Eric, if he'll hold it for the final shot.
I think they will. I think Coach Daniels will probably run his offense, and unless you're wide open, probably try to get something going towards the basket.
Down low to Kellum. Here comes the double team. An open three. They might take it. They will, and they'll connect. Three ball that time by Martin. So when you gamble down in the post, Martin able to spot up South Charleston here in the final 10 seconds with a 3-point lead. Kobe Dillon try to go back at you, and he does. A three ball by Kobe Dillon. And at the break, we're all even as South Charleston and Beckley slug it out. At the break, we're all even at 26 apiece. We'll take a break, come back and get you ready for the Massey Power Sports Halftime Show coming up next here on Video Productions.
I'm Leanna Burnett with Window Rhoda Beckley. Are you dealing?
Take a ride to the north side and get your big John deal at Mid-State Ford in Summersville. And here's the top 5 reasons to shop Mid-State Ford. You'll find the largest inventory, award-winning service, financing made easy for everyone, highest trade-in value, and the number 1 reason to shop Mid-State Ford is where you'll find your big John deal. Mid-State Ford in Summersville, MidStateFordWV.com.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment champion mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
Compliance helped me lose 50 pounds by freeing up tasks like payroll, HR, and bookkeeping. I'm now free to do what I want.
With compliance, you can do what you want to do. Compliance, we've got your back office.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center on Dave Barksdale Court with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. Cameron Ball is on camera, the heavy hitter producing and directing. And Eric, we're at the break. We're right where we are when we started, all even at 26 apiece. And how it got that way is South Charleston scored the first 2 points of the game. They had a couple of free throws. The game was tied at 2. Then South Charleston went on a nice little run of 8 to take a 10-2 lead. Then Beckley goes on a 10-0 run to go up 12-10 before South Charleston hit a 3 right there in the final seconds of the first quarter, and South Charleston led 13-12 at the end of the opening quarter. They battled back and forth. That second quarter tied at 16, tied at 19, tied at 21. It was 23-21 Beckley, tied at 23. South Charleston hit a 3 to go up 26-23, and then Kobe Dillon knocks down a 3 for Beckley to get it even. And right now, Eric, we're on pace for the winner to have 52 points.
And we said maybe the first one to 50 can win this game, and it just sets up for a real interesting third period, because we're going to see what kind of halftime adjustments both of these coaches come up with. And I think both of those coaches did a great job of managing time, inserting certain players, in the lineup. They both brought 7 players in total.
Right.
And both players came in and gave good minutes for Kellum for South Charleston when he was out with the foul.
Well, the thing about it is, Eric, the way this game's been played, I think when we get in the second half, it's going to be which team is going to make 1 or 2 more plays than the other team. I think it's the team is going to win this game.
Yeah, and like we said, it was a rock fight.
Yeah.
It's going to be.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll go inside the numbers of the first half. You're watching live streaming coverage here on Video Productions. We're all even at 26 apiece between Beckley and South Charleston.
Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
Unlock the money already in your home at City National Bank. Consolidate loans or fund your next big project with a home equity line of credit with a great low intro rate. Visit your local branch to get started. City National Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Learn more at homeequity.bankatcity.com.
It's 4th down, seconds on the clock. He hands it off, finds a hole in the middle. Clear, nothing but incredible. Got touchdown for the win. I can't believe it.
Pizza, better with Pepsi.
Hey, Wes, why'd we settle on skydiving?
Well, it's fall, and we're falling. I thought we could do a commercial about falling prices. Get it?
I guess. Where's your chute?
I knew I forgot something. Later.
During Truck Month, get invoice pricing on all 1,500 Sierras and Yukons, or ask about discounts up to $9,000 with no payments till next year.
Hey, I can see my house.
GMC, we are professional grade.
The path to a rewarding, well-paying career is close to home. Discover what WVU Tech graduates already know. We're a small campus with big opportunities. With hands-on experience in high-demand programs like hospitality, forensic investigations, cybersecurity, engineering, and nursing, you'll be prepared to enter the workforce, solving West Virginia's most important problems. We know that you can change the world, and it starts here at home.
All right, tied at 26. We're going to go inside the numbers of the first half. Inside the numbers, brought to you by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. Love me an ice-cold Pepsi. For the numbers, here's Eric.
Yeah, the big number for South Charleston, we talked about their size. Let's talk about that shooting. They made 6 3-pointers in that first half and really set the tempo with their defense. And leading the way for South Charleston is Malcolm Brown. Elijah Martin with 3 threes. He has 9. Malcolm Brown has 7. And Deshad Williams 3. Roman Kellum has 2. And Zane Saunders rounds out the scoring with 5. So some great balance from South Charleston. And on the flip side, Zy Hawthorne has really came out gunning in that first half. He knocked down 3 threes and 2 twos and leads Beckley with 13 points. Kobe Dillon shot 2 twos, made both of them. Threes, and made them both. And none bigger than that one at the end of the second quarter to tie it up at halftime. He has 6 points. Preston Clary has 2. And this is the story of the night. Taylor Williams, if I'd have told you this game would be tied at 26 Maris, South Charleston and Beckley at halftime, and Taylor Williams has more points than Jalen Walton.
Right.
What would you say?
I think that's crazy.
Yes.
I said no way it'd be tied. And here's the thing: you mentioned South Charleston, they've hit 3 long balls, so they've got a couple of free throws.
6.
Oh, 6 long balls. I beg your pardon.
Yes.
They've hit 6 long balls, a couple of free throws, so they got what two twos, right?
Yes. They've only 3 twos.
3 twos.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't have that. I don't have that in front of me. I don't have my calculator in front of me.
3
you
twos.
got the book. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We come back. We'll get you ready for the second half. All leaving at 26 apiece here on Video Productions.
Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
The most mouth-watering showdown on television. The Hangry Games Ultimate Snack-Off. Right here at your local Little General store. Keep your appetites brave and your snacks ready.
Take a ride to the north side and get your big John deal at Mid-State Ford in Summersville. And here's the top 5 reasons to shop Mid-State Ford. You'll find the largest inventory, award-winning service, financing made easy for everyone, highest trade-in value. And the number 1 reason to shop Mid-State Ford is where you'll find your big John deal. Mid-State Ford in Summersville, MidStateFordWV.com.
Life doesn't wait, so neither should your care. Whether it's a cough, fever, or stomach bug, Access Plus is here for those urgent moments.
From bumps and bruises to stitches and even x-rays, we've got you covered with extended hours and walk-in care for the whole family.
You do not have to be an Access Health patient to be seen. No appointments, no hassle, just quality care when you need it.
Access Health, where care meets community.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment champion mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that. Done. It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Exit Elevation Realty. Luke Richmond, the broker, 304-256-0101. Also by Infinity Coal Company. They also offer company-paid life insurance, prescription drug coverage, and a company matching 401k plan. And by Futuristic Bowling at Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley. You can call Leisure Lanes at 304-253-7328 to reserve your lane for February 8th. All right, going to the second half. We're all even at 26 apiece, Eric, and it will be South Charleston with the opening possession of the second half.
And both teams will go back with the starting 5. I think the key right here early on for either team is to start fast defensively, meaning getting some stops early.
South Charleston led 13-12 at the end of the quarter. We're all leaving 26. Down the lane, a little floater is good. And South Charleston with Malcolm Brown. The Black Eagles regained the lead on their first possession of the second half.
And Malcolm Brown did a great job of making A.J. Thomas reach, got him leaning, got past him for the floater.
Beckley trying to tie or regain the lead with a 3. Hawthorne had and they're going to call an illegal screen maybe or no?
No, called a little arm bar on South
Charleston.
That would be on Dashad Williams. That will be his second and the team's first.
So that'll be the first foul of the second half. Beckley will put the ball in play right here in front of us with A.J. Thomas.
Looks like Zai Hawthorne may have gotten banged up on that a little bit.
Here's Kobe Dillon. Walton in the far corner.
Walton shaking his hand like he got shook up on that play.
Walton now on the baseline, spins, head fake, leans in, tries to use the glass, a little too strong, and South Charleston comes out of there with it. They get the ball in the low post. Kellum, turn around, spin, lean in, short shot won't go, the tip won't go, battle for the loose ball, and Walton comes out of there with it as Kellum hits the deck.
Yeah, both, a lot of contact on both ends.
3 by Kobe Dillon. Boy, he missed that bad. You don't see that very often. All he drew was glass, but A.J. Thomas
gets the steal.
A.J. Thomas gives to Kobe Dillon. He'll lay it up and in, and Beckley's tied the game.
Yeah.
That's a player that doesn't show up in the stats. A nice defensive play by A.J. Thomas.
Yeah, finally got his hands, but he's getting beat off the dribble.
Brown off the glass,
Brown
up
is
and
really
in.
asserting himself off the dribble.
And that's Charleston back in front.
11 points for Brown.
Here's A.J. Thomas. Clary spins into the lane. Hawthorne on the baseline, up and under off the glass. It won't go. He had a good look. And here comes South Charleston. This is a 2. If it goes, it won't go. Tipped around. Saunders with a putback, and South Charleston with a 4-point lead. That was a nice play by Saunders there, able to tip it to himself and then able to score.
Played volleyball.
Yep. Clary into the lane. Walton backs his man down, spins, little jump hook, needs a roll, won't get it. And it looks like the last couple of possessions, Eric, to me, Beckley's offense looks a little stagnant.
Yeah, a little stagnant, trying to get it to Walton a little bit, but maybe go back to not forcing it so much. Got to get him involved. May need a timeout after that shot.
That's a tough shot. That's by Williams, and now let's say 6-0 South Charleston run to take a 6-point lead. And looks like Coach Kid Beckley going to play through this run. This is a big possession, I think, for Beckley right here. Like I said, their offense just looks a little stagnant. Clary on a drive has his shot blocked. Really good defense that time by Saunders, and Saunders has shown good sportsmanship, helping Clary up as Taylor Williams will check into the Beckley lineup, and A.J. Thomas will have a seat.
Yeah, and I think this is a good substitution because Taylor Williams gave you some good minutes in that latter part of the second quarter, and right now you need somebody to help on that glass and, set some solid screens.
Here's Kobe Dillon into the lane. Little floater is good.
And that gets Kobe Dillon into the double digit with 10.
That shows Kobe Dillon says, see, I'm more than just a three-point shooter. I can penetrate, get into the lane, and knock it down.
That's one thing that has developed since he was a freshman. You knew if you ran him off the three-point line as a freshman, then you could not create. Started to get a little better last year, but he's a complete player for Beckley now.
Halfway point of the third. Saunders dials it up for 3 and hits. The big fella steps behind the line. He knocks it down. Clary, I think, was going to shoot a 3, but he fumbled the pass.
Yeah, another big possession here with this 7-point lead. South Charleston's really taking control of this contest.
South Charleston led by as many as 8 in the first half. The lead 7 now. Hawthorne, that's a tough shot. And it goes. A 3-ball by Hawthorne. He's hit 2 really difficult threes in this game. One in the first half and that one right there.
This end of the floor is where Beckley has really faltered in this second half or third quarter because South Charleston's really scored at will off the dribble and really getting it down low to their bigs.
Kellum, and he is fouled as he makes the pass out. Beckley collapsed with the double team on the baseline.
And I think that whistle will be on Kobe Dillon. Got caught for the reach. It would be his first and the team's first of the third quarter.
So South Charleston will inbound the ball under their own basket as Kellum was trying to make the pass out. So Brown will put it in play that comes into Kellum. Tough matchup for Taylor Williams on Brown. Brown shaking and baking, tacks the basket off the glass, left it short. He got to the rim, he just couldn't finish. As Walton, good hustle, but he can't save it. But like I said, I knew that was a tough matchup for Taylor Williams, and Brown beat him off the dribble, just couldn't, like I said, finish the play.
But he beat him off the dribble, but Taylor Williams actually stayed with it and bodied him a little bit and maybe forced the errant shot. But that's one thing that Brown he's been able to beat whoever's guarding him off the dribble. Good-looking ball player.
So Porter will check into the ball game for South Charleston. And Williams will have a seat as Porter will put it in play. 2.5 remaining in the third. Having a hard time getting it in, now they do. Here's Brown with it. They're working it around. 3-ball. Back iron, long rebound. South Charleston's Porter has it in the lane. Once again, South Charleston doing a good job on the glass. They'll keep the possession alive.
And that was just one of those where Porter wanted the ball a little more than Beckley did on that one.
They double-team Kellum, and he throws it away. Here's Clary. He'll tack the basket, puts up the shot, and that's a good foul as the foul's on Saunders, and they'll put Clary to the line for a pair.
Yeah, and a good take by Clary right there, but by not settling, pulling up, and really attacking the glass.
So Clary will step to the free throw line. He'll shoot 2, try to get Beckley within 2. South Charleston has led by as many as 8 back in the first half. They led by 7 here just a minute ago. Beckley has scored the last 3, now make it the last 4 as Clary makes the first of 2. Clary entered the ball game, Eric, and he is shooting right at 68% from the foul line.
Get back on the bench. Sit down. That's right.
So Saunders will check out, and Martin will check back in for South Charleston.
Well, this is a big substitution now because this really pretty even size-wise looks like a miss.
Yeah, Clary makes 1 of 2. It's out of bounds to South Charleston.
And 4 free throws, 2 of 4 for Beckley from the free throw line.
And like I said, Clary I thought he was a little bit better percentage-wise free throw shooter last year, only right at 68% now. Like I said, 70 is where obviously in high school, if you're a 70 or above, you'd be a good high school free throw shooter. Here's a drive on the baseline. They whip it around. Kellum into the lane. Little short shots, too strong. And Clary with the rebound for Beckley. So Beckley a chance to get with 1, or perhaps tie Kobe Dillon's 3. It doesn't go, and Porter with the rebound.
His last 2 misses have been, looks like he's rushed a little bit.
Well, you don't see that pass made from one corner to the other corner successfully.
Successfully, yeah.
Right, very much.
Right back at him. They made 2.
A 3, it's too strong, but there's Keller with the offensive rebound, and he's stripped by Hawthorne, but right into the hands, putting the ball back up and in is Martin.
And Elijah Martin gets into double figures with his first 2 of the second half and 11 points.
Yeah, that's just battling for that loose ball in traffic. Final minute of the third, Hawthorne for 3. It doesn't go, and it's tipped out by Beckley, and that will go over to South Charleston, as Taylor Williams clearly tipped that out. So a 5-point advantage for the South Charleston Black Eagles. They have possession of the ball here in the final minute of the third quarter.
And right now they've held Beckley to under double digits in this quarter.
Yeah, it's been a battle.
Beckley setting it at 8 points for the quarter.
South Charleston maybe trying to run a little clock here. Maybe hold it for the final shot of the quarter, Eric. Playing on the road up 5.
Hey, shrink the game. You have the lead.
And Brown and Martin out high. And it looks like they will hold it for the final shot of the third. And Beckley's got fouls to give. So if you're beat off the drive, you can foul. Beckley's only committed 1 team foul here in this third quarter. As Brown will just yo-yo the ball up and down, run the clock down. I think this was really good strategy by South Charleston. Final 10 seconds of the third. Porter on the drive. Little floater into the lane is good. Gets the lead back to 7. Count it if it goes for Kobe Dillon, and it's shorted at the end of 3. It's South Charleston with a 7-point advantage, 41-34. As we go to break, we saw this little shot there by Porter. We'll be right back with the fourth quarter here on Video Productions.
Compliance helped me lose 50 pounds by freeing up tasks like payroll, HR, and bookkeeping. I'm now free to do what I want.
With Compliance, you can do what you want to do. Compliance, we've got your back office.
It's 4th down, seconds on the clock. He hands it off, finds a hole in the middle. Clear, nothing but Incredible. A touchdown for the win. I can't believe it.
Pizza, better with Pepsi.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We're going to the fourth quarter here at Beckley. It's a 7-point lead for South Charleston. Eric got an update on the Beckley girls team. The Beckley girls team made the trip down to Bluefield tonight. They got ready to play, and they looked around and said, we don't have anybody to call the game. They didn't have officials, so they were not able to play the game at Bluefield. And last year, you and I did a Beckley Bluefield girls game, and Bluefield showed up without uniforms.
Yeah, so it's been one of those things, and
yep.
Got to get it right.
Here's Beckley. They had the first possession of the fourth quarter. 7-point lead. Rainey into the ball game now for Beckley. And Walton's a guy who just has not been able to get going offensively, Eric, in this game.
Yeah, and let's see with this lineup. Zai Hawthorne's on the bench right now.
Kobe Dillon, they double team him, and they're going to. Oh, I thought they had a steal. South Charleston thought they had a steal, and they call a foul on Martin.
Yeah, that was.
I thought that was a break. It looked like a clean steal.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, that was a clean steal. A break right there.
So it'll be side out for Beckley right here in front of us. Taylor Williams to put it in play. South Charleston led 13-12 at the quarter. We were tied 26 at the break. 41-34 the lead now in the first 30 seconds of quarter number 4. Beckley's got a 7-game winning streak on the line. They're 9-1. South Charleston's won 5 of the last 7. Here's Kobe Dillon on the drive. Little floater off the glass is in, and he's fouled. Nice play by Kobe Dillon. A little kiss off the glass for the hoop and the harm as we watch the replay.
And this is what we talked about, Kobe Dillon being a little more versatile, not settling. His last 2 threes were bad misses, and that was a big bucket right now to start the quarter off for Beckley with a chance for a 3-point play.
Kobe Dillon at the line. Free throw's good. And Beckley has cut the lead to 4. South Charleston's led by as many as 8. That was back in the first half. They led by as many as 7 here in the second half. And with that 3-point play by Kobe Dillon, that cuts the lead to 4 just a minute in. Here's a 3 back at you, too strong. Walton clears the rebound.
But that was a good look by South Charleston. Ran their offense.
Yeah, that was
got
Williams.
A good look.
Yep.
And Williams has knocked down a 3.
Here's a drive on the baseline. Clary, he'll draw the foul and get to the line. So Beckley, Eric, looks like to start this fourth quarter, being a little bit more aggressive. That's already 3 team fouls on South Charleston as we watch Preston Clary's drive on the baseline.
And a good attack. Got away with a little chicken wing.
Yep, he
hook.
got away with he sure did.
Little Kevin McHale hook right there.
Yeah. Mahorn back in the day, back in the day, Eric, that used to be a legal play. But here in the last, 15 years or more, they call that an offensive foul.
Well, it kind of gives you the offensive guy an advantage on the hook.
Yeah, back in my day, that was a legal play. Of course, I'm talking almost 50 years ago. So it'll be Clary. The officials getting a chuckle out of that. Clary at the line, shooting a pair. First free throw is on its way and it's good. But, Eric, you knew even when South Charleston had the 7-point lead as Hawthorne checks back in for Beckley and Kellum back in for the Black Eagles, you knew even with that 7-point lead, Beckley has a run in them. And like I said, I think this is going to be a battle, go all the way down to the end, and who's going to make 1 or 2 more players than the other team as the team's going to win the game. Second free throw by Clary is good. He got them both. And Beckley right now on a mini 5-0 run to cut the lead to 2.
And one thing you got to do with South Charleston, do what got you this lead. Continue to run and expose Beckley on these dribble drive handoffs as they do right there. I mean, it's just
Williams for
easy
2.
offense.
He had a good look, spot up, knocked it down. Here's Clary on the other end. He lost control of the ball, and Hawthorne able to pick it up. Hawthorne shaking and baking in that corner. Got the bigger guy on him. Kobe Dillon will dial it up for 3. It's short, and Porter with the rebound. That happened right in front of us. The minute it left his hands, I knew that was going to be short.
He was indecisive on the shot right there. Another good skip pass.
Here's Porter with it. Williams Saunders, the big fella, steps out behind the line. That's an air ball, but Porter with an offensive rebound. Back out to Brown. He'll dial it up, and that won't go. Battle for the loose ball, and the rebounds to Beckley. Taylor Williams with a great rebound for Beckley that time.
But if you're Beckley, you got to keep attacking because you got a chance to get in the bonus early here.
Hawthorne for three is good. Right down the chute. And Beckley has trimmed the lead to 1. It's nervous time, crunch time here in the last 5.5 remaining in regulation. Good defense by Beckley as the shot is no good. Beckley with a good double team. As that time, Williams tried to split the double team, and Beckley with an opportunity, Eric, to regain the lead.
And right here, I think I run some offense and try to get that ball down to Walton somehow.
Kobe Dillon finds Walton. Walton, they double team him. Trying to play a two-man game. As you right on cue, Eric, to Walton. He'll drive the baseline. Pretty good defense by Kellum. And good job by Walton not to force it. Clary in the near corner. Walton on the drive, and it's swatted by Kellum.
Way to stand your ground if you're Kellum, but keep attacking. If you're Beckley, you got to try to get into this bonus. You got them with 3 fouls. You got to really try to attack. Don't settle for jumpers.
Hawthorne through traffic, and there's a South Charleston foul. And as you mentioned, Eric, that's the 4th team foul. So on the next foul, with 4:36 left in regulation, Beckley will be shooting.
I mean, the South Charleston faithful are not agreeing with that call.
That was clearly a foul.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, clearly a foul.
Clearly a foul. I think both teams are winded here.
Yeah.
I didn't see who that one was whistled on. But
well, we got a timeout on the floor, 4:36 remaining in regulation. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. And let you know that tonight's game is brought to you by West Virginia Orthopedic and Trauma, Dr. John Tabbitt. Whether you're in a car accident or you have a sports-related injury, Dr. Tabbitt and his staff will get you right back on your feet, located on Woodcrest Drive in Beckley. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Modley's. Modley's Plumbing and Heating. You never know when you need a plumber till you need a plumber, and you can dial up Modley's at 304-253-HELP. Well, Eric, coming down the stretch, just like we thought, 4:36 left in regulation. 1 point lead for South Charleston, 43-42. And we said the first team to 50 might be the team to win the game. That still may be the case.
And I still think that holds true. But I think that timeout was more. Who took that timeout? South Charleston?
Yeah, they were gassed, as you said.
No, I think it was more to point to the scoreboard and say, hey, man, 4 fouls to 0. I really think
aggressive.
Got to be a little more aggressive.
So we're ready to go. Beckley with a chance to regain the lead. As Kobe Dillon will inbound the ball, and he gets it down low to Walton.
Well, some tough defense being played here.
For 3, and that's going to be short. I could tell the minute it was shot, it was going to be short as Martin clears the rebound for South Charleston.
As Coach Daniels holds up double fist. I always like to see what the play is when they hold it up.
And Eric, Beckley's defense has been good. South Charleston's only got 2 points in this quarter. We're coming up on close to the halfway point of the 4th quarter.
And if you're Beckley, don't give up anything easy. You have fouls to give, and nobody's in foul trouble either way.
So South Charleston now under the 4-minute mark here in the 4th quarter. 3 ball straight away. Good-looking shot, and it is right down the chute by Williams.
Boy, that's a big-time shot.
He shot that with confidence as he knocks it down. Here's Hawthorne on a drive into the lane. A lot of contact. What do we got? Offensive foul. An offensive foul on Hawthorne. Take away the basket. As we watch the replay, Eric, you decide at home, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's a good call.
Charge all the way.
Yeah, good call. And I know the people behind us are booing. Whether they have the replay or not, I know that they have a rooting interest. You and I don't. And you can make your own decision at home, but the ones that count say it's an offensive foul.
Charge all the way and good aggressive take. Still don't. If you're Beckley, you say, ooh.
There's a foul by Kobe Dillon.
Yes.
I think that's more of a frustration foul by Dillon on that one.
And that would be his second.
Yeah, team second. So South Charleston with 3:36 left in regulation will.
This is a big possession, the biggest possession of the game right here.
Side out for the Black Eagles. Brown, he shot that last shot with confidence. He's got it now. They're very impressed with this South Charleston team, and I was when I saw him back in December over at Shady in that scrimmage. They're well coached. They're very athletic. Brown turns the corner. Walton cuts him off. They throw the ball back out to the big guy, Kellum. Coming up on 3 minutes left here in regulation. Beckley Coach Kidd saying, want to extend the pressure.
Yeah, that's why I knew this was a big possession, because this is smart.
Beckley's got a couple fouls to give. So if you get beat off the dribble, if you're Beckley, you can foul. Like right there, there's Saunders, goes to the basket, lays it up and in. What a beautiful play by the big fella. And the lead is 6 for the Black Eagles. Hawthorne on the drive. Finds Walton in the paint. They double team him. Around the horn they go. Hawthorne for 3, trying to cut the lead in half. Yeah, it's long. Taylor Williams sneaks in there to get the rebound. And Beckley keeps the possession alive. Good hustle by Taylor Williams. Dillon in trouble for Walton. Walton backs his man down and almost throws it away. Good play by Hawthorne to save that from being thrown into the Beckley bench. Tough shot for Hawthorne from 15. It doesn't go. That was a real difficult shot, Eric.
Yeah, great defensive possession right there. And I think that might do it for Beckley, because now South Charleston's definitely in the driver's seat up 6. And Beckley's got to foul and put him on the line.
You got to think you got to foul 3 times to get him to the line. That's a tough matchup and a wild shot. And I think if you're South Charleston, that's probably not the shot you wanted.
Yeah, you definitely didn't need that.
Here's Clary. He backs it back out.
Good transition defense, though.
They got the big guy Kellum out on Dillon. That means they got a mismatch inside as Clary drives to the basket. Dillon into the lane. Clary spots up 3 on its way. Back iron, no good. And another hustle play by Taylor Williams.
Taylor Williams really keeping it alive.
Kobe Dillon trying to cut the lead in half. He can't. He had a good look at it. And South Charleston, now you got a foul here coming up on a minute left in the game. And there's a foul on Kobe Dillon. He got away with it twice. He fouled him twice and they didn't call it. He was trying to foul him and they didn't call it. Kobe Dillon actually grabbed Brown and was trying to foul him, and they did not call it as we have a timeout on the floor. That's a full timeout with 1:01 left in regulation. A 6-point lead for South Charleston, and we'll take a break and be right back here on Video Productions.
I'm Leanna Burnett with Window World of Beckley. Are you dealing with those cold winter drafts through your windows? Is it causing your energy bills to rise? If you answered yes, Window World can help. Instead of dealing with those old drafty windows another year, call Window World of Beckley today. Yes, we work all year. Our windows are Energy Star efficient and designed to resist extreme weather. Make the smart investment with our no interest for 15 months. Call Window World of Beckley today.
Don't drop the ball. Come see your hometown legends at the all-new Greenbrier Ford in Beckley. We won't be beat.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center. I'm Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing. Cameron Ball on camera. And Eric, if you are Beckley, you don't get the steal. You have to foul with 1:01 left in regulation and down 6.
And you know what? Standing true at the top of the broadcast, you said the first team to 50. And when it was 26 all at halftime, you look like a prophet.
Here's Brown with it. A.J. Thomas doesn't foul. Kobe Dillon now does. And really, I don't know why they let as much time go off the clock. Or you think they would have fouled in the backcourt.
Well, he tried to.
Well, they actually, Kobe Dillon fouled before the timeout twice, and they didn't call it. But now it's a tough thing for South Charleston. They got to get the ball in. Beckley's got to foul 2 more times to get South Charleston to the line. And they got to foul like right away.
And it can't be, well, Kobe's
They got to foul. They got to foul. And they kicked them, and now they do commit the foul. So they got to foul, but they let precious time off the clock because it's a 2-possession game. So now they got the next foul will get South Charleston to the line, but I don't understand Beckley. Once you make the
11
initial
seconds
trap,
going off the clock.
you have to foul. So it's only the 4th team foul. South Charleston will have to inbound the ball under their own basket.
And I'm going to tell you what, the great coaching, I said by both of these coaches have done some great coaching, but Josh Daniel did a great job. Not only was his team tired, but it looked like they were on the ropes foul-wise. When he took that timeout and clarified, hey, look, they don't have 0 fouls. We got to start attacking. and I think that changed the complexity of this game.
And I agree. And another thing, Eric, too, they led coming into this fourth quarter, South Charleston by 7, 41-34. They never gave up the lead. Even though they've only got 7 points in this quarter to this point, they never surrendered the lead.
Yeah, they were outscored at one point 8-2, and that's when they scored 5 to really extend the lead back. And you're right, once they didn't give up the lead, and it's just been an uphill battle this whole quarter for Beckley.
And if you're Beckley, if you don't get a steal, you got to foul right away. You cannot allow South Charleston to dribble more time off the clock. And you can't be really choosy of who you foul. South Charleston trying to get it in. They get the ball back out. You got to foul now, and they don't. Time running off the clock. I don't understand, Beckley, why they're not fouling. And now they do. And they had what? They had like 7 seconds went off the clock.
7 more seconds.
Yeah. So it's 1-and-1 time. And getting to the free throw line is going to be Williams. And Williams has had a fine game here tonight.
Yeah, Williams is setting right now at 10 points.
And that's his average. He's at the free throw line, 1-and-1. First free throw is good. He's taking it to a 3-possession game. If you're Beckley, I think you got to have a quick 3 here, especially if he makes this.
This will be the 50-point mark.
Right. Free throw on its way. Good. He got them both. Beckley down 8. They got to go quick if you're Beckley. Final 40 seconds. I think they need a 3. Kobe Dillon on the drive. Precious time being ran off the clock. If you're South Charleston, you don't want to foul. Kobe Dillon leans in for the 2. It won't go. Battle for the loose ball. South Charleston comes out of there with it, and that probably, what do they call, a held ball? It's South Charleston's ball, and that might do it with 24 seconds left in it. But, Eric, I'll tell you what, you got to take your hat off to South Charleston. They got crushed 2 nights ago on the road at George Washington, and Beckley had been so good and had they had 7 wins in a row, 9-1 coming into this game. And South Charleston was able to make the plays. Game was tied at halftime and make enough plays here in the second half.
Yeah, South Charleston really took it to Beckley in the decisive third quarter, as we talked about, and that's what the difference of the game is.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Allstate Insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate, and you're in good hands with Lori Richmond as your agent. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Cracker Barrel. Love me some Cracker Barrel. Whether it's a breakfast, lunch, or dinner, you want Cracker Barrel. Also, Exit Elevation, one of our sponsors tonight, Luke Richmond, the broker. You can dial him up at 304-256-0101. United Coal, we appreciate them supporting high school basketball. United Coal always looking for workers, and they offer no premium, no deductible health insurance with dental and vision coverage. They also offer a company-paid life insurance, prescription drug coverage, and a company-matching 401k plan. And also, last but certainly not least, Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road and Beckley, having Valentine's Futuristic Bowling February 8th with Eric. That is 1 week from Saturday from 10 o'clock to midnight. For more information, you can call Leisure Lanes at 304-253-7328. All right, 24 seconds left in regulation. South Charleston's got to get the ball in, and if you're Beckley, you don't get the steal. You got to foul here, as it's an 8-point advantage for the Black Eagles.
Yeah, one quick thing. If you don't get it off of the inbounds, you really have to foul.
And there's Brown. They tried to foul him, and they didn't. Kellen with it now, and there comes the foul with 18 seconds. So it took Beckley 6 seconds as people started to make their way to the exits.
Yeah, that'll about do it right here for Beckley. And you said the first to 50, and it was a rock fight. And right now, South Charleston at this juncture in the season just was battle-tested and came up here and won a tough one after getting shellacked. And that shows you the character of your team. If you can get on the road after taking a beating, a 26-point loss at GW, and come up here and get a win.
The half-court game, the half-court defense that South Charleston played in the second half was phenomenal. You know, you look, Eric, as the second one's no good. Beckley had 26 at the break. They got 42 now here in the final 12 seconds of this one. There's a shot put up by A.J. Thomas. It's short. Probably don't need to foul anymore, as South Charleston can just run it out. And South Charleston has come to Beckley as the Black Eagles have defeated the Flying Eagles. As I told you, the first 1 to 50, and South Charleston able to put up 51 and win the ball game. Final score is South Charleston, the Black Eagles. They beat the Flying Eagles of Beckley 51-42. Beckley's 7-game winning streak is over. South Charleston has now won 6 of their last 8. South Charleston is now 8-3, and Beckley falls to 9-2. We'll take a break, come back and get you ready for the Pioneer Community Bank postgame show, and we'll do it coming up next here on Video Productions.
Folks, to the most mouth-watering showdown on television, the Hangry Games Ultimate Snack-Off, right here at your local Little General store. As the snacks fly and the deli slices, remember, dear viewers, every item they're using can be found at your nearest Little General store, where creativity meets convenience. Keep your appetites brave and your snacks ready.
Take a ride to the north side and get your big John deal at Mid-State Ford in Summersville. And here's the top 5 reasons to shop Mid-State Ford. You'll find the largest inventory, award-winning service, financing made easy for everyone, highest trade-in value. And the number 1 reason to shop Mid-State Ford is where you'll find your big John deal. Mid-State Ford in Summersville, MidStateFordWV.com.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
It's 4th down, seconds on the clock. He hands it off, finds a hole in the middle. Clear, nothing but
Brian moves!
Incredible. A touchdown for the win. I can't believe it.
Pizza, better with Pepsi.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center here in the Pioneer Community Bank post-game show. Final score, it was the Black Eagles of South Charleston defeating the Flying Eagles of Beckley by the score of 51-42. South Charleston now has won 6 of their last 8. They're now 8-3 on the year. Beckley's 7-game winning streak is over, and Beckley will fall to 9-2. And it was a battle, just like we thought it would be, a royal battle. As Eric and I told you, we said way back in the pregame show, we felt the first team to 50 might be the team to win the game, and that's the way it turned out. It was 13-12 South Charleston at the end of the quarter. They were even at 26. At the break, I said at halftime, I think whoever comes up with more stops, whoever makes maybe 1 or 2 more plays than the other team was the team who will pull it out in the second half, and that was South Charleston. Their half-court defense was outstanding as they held Beckley at only 16 second-half points. They led by 7, 41-34 at the end of 3, and they win the ball game 51-42. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll go inside the numbers, and Eric will have that for you on the other side of the break here on Video Productions.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, Wes! Why'd we settle on skydiving?
Well, it's fall, and we're falling. I thought we could do a commercial about falling prices. Get it?
I guess. Where's your chute?
I knew I forgot something. Later.
During Truck Month, get invoice pricing on all 1,500 Sierras and Yukons, or ask about discounts up to $9,000 with no payments till next year.
Hey, I can see my house.
GMC, we are professional grade.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that. Done. It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
Don't drop the ball. Come see your hometown legends at the all-new Greenbrier Ford in Beckley. We won't be beat.
Hi, I'm Leanna Burnett with Window World of Beckley. Are you dealing with those cold winter drafts through your windows? Is it causing your energy bills to rise? If you answered yes, Window World can help. Instead of dealing with those old drafty windows another year, call Window World of Beckley today. Yes, we work all year. Our windows are Energy Star efficient and designed to resist extreme weather. Make the smart investment with our no interest for 15 months. Call Window World of Beckley today.
And we welcome you back to Beckley for the final time here in the Pioneer Community Bank postgame show. Final score, the Black Eagles of South Charleston are victorious. They come into Beckley and beat the Flying Eagles. They give Beckley their second loss on this floor. South Charleston wins the game 51-42. South Charleston's now 8-3. They've won 6 of their last 8. Beckley's 7-game winning streak is over, and Beckley is now 9-2. We're going to go inside the numbers. Inside the numbers of this South Charleston victory is brought to you in part by Pepsi. Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. Need me an ice-cold blue can of Pepsi. For the numbers, here's Eric.
Yeah, the numbers of the game are really the defensive side of the ball for South Charleston, as they were able to outscore Beckley 25-16, holding them to 2 8-point quarters in the second half. In that second half. But great team effort by South Charleston. They were led tonight by Zane Saunders with 12 and Deshad Williams with 12. They had 4 guys in double figures, as Elijah Martin had 11 and Malcolm Brown had 11 as well. Beckley on the flip side had 19 from Zai Hawthorne. Kobe Dillon had 13. The story of the contest was leading scorer Jalen Walton held to 0 field goals, 1 of 2 at the free throw line for 1 point.
And, Eric, there's no way Beckley can beat, especially the upper echelon teams, when you have your leading scorer at 17 a game that doesn't score but 1 point. And is, hats off to South Charleston, the way they played great half-court defense. But if you're Jalen Walton, you think you still got to be able to get a field goal. He was never really able in his comfort zone, I thought, in this game tonight.
Yeah, that great defense, great help defense, and I don't even think he got 6 shots up, though.
Yeah, he didn't get very many because they kept double-teaming. Yeah. And when I said this through the broadcast, South Charleston, Josh Daniel did a great job. If Beckley beat South Charleston tonight, Jalen Walton wasn't going to do it.
Well, and let's look further into the numbers. South Charleston, I don't know how they shot on the year, but they were able to knock down 8 3-pointers.
Yeah, they shot it well tonight.
They shot it well, and they went 5 of 6 from the free throw line. That's 83%. They did everything good teams need to do to win on the road, and hats off to them. And season lows probably total-wise for Beckley. They made more three-pointers than they did two-pointers. They made 7 threes and only 5 two-point field goals.
That won't get it done.
That's not going to get it done.
But the one thing I'll say this in South Charleston, and I said this when I first saw them back in December, of how athletic they are and how they play that gritty, tough defense. And the way they play defense tonight, they're going to be a team to be reckoned with if they can get you in. This was as you've stated a couple times, like a rock fight, an ugly game. This was like a pickup game on the playground, and you had to be strong with the ball. You had to play good, tough defense, and South Charleston was the better team tonight.
And tonight, the refs, neither team can. The refs let the ball. It was played evenly.
Yeah.
Let them play, and the guys decided it out on the floor. And tonight, you don't know what's going to happen down the road, but tonight South Charleston was the better of the Eagles.
No question. We said that. All right, that'll wrap it up here. Tomorrow it'll be Bluefield and Shady on Video Productions. Bill O'Brien will have the call of that. That's scheduled to tip around 7:15. So once again, for our complete staff here at the Raleigh County Convention Center, for our cameraman, Cameron Ball, for our producer and director, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, for my partner, Eric Thomas, I'm Maris Lowry, repeating the final score. It was the Black Eagles over the Flying Eagles, South Charleston.